etc.
Okay.
All right, so it's the damn it. It's the
Sapphire
Spectre. Thank you, by J.T. Malloy.
I got you.
All right, so now I have hogged the mic enough. I want to hear the lowdown on this new survival horror hotness.
She's chomping at the bit.
All right. I have to preface this review, guys, for everyone out there in radio
Dead
land.
by Daylight. Tell us about it.
I don't like survival games. I don't like horror games, and I don't like multiplayer games of this nature. So
this
all of this
sound like the kid from the Lost Boys. I don't like horror comics.
Yep. All of this put together, Pat antagonized me by being like, "All right, just play it."
You were bullied into this game.
I did not. Hold on a second.
He came over to my house. He hit me with a stick.
This is not true.
He said I had to play this game, guys.
Do it.
No, but here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. I'm prefacing with this as someone that this game is not my cup of tea. This is not the kind of game that I seek out to play.
Right.
That being said, it's a really well-crafted game if this is your jam. So the basic breakdown of the game is that there are two types of play. It's a multiplayer game. I think it's up to 5 people. Don't quote me on that. I think I tended to get like 3 in a group. But you either play as a survivor or as a killer. And when you play as a survivor, it's a regular overhead view. You play the game, and your goal is to kind of escape the room, kind of challenge. You and the other survivors have to escape from a killer. The basic plot is that there's this thing called the Entity, which has like pulled horrible serial killers out of reality and pulled victims out of reality into this kind of like horror-scape of like a almost video game universe, essentially. So the killers are coming after the survivors.
They're coming to get you.
I'm gonna smack you, man. I'm gonna hit you with a stick, make you review the game.
No, it's your
and
stick.
then you basically the killer's coming after them, and the killer's like puts you up on a meat hook. It's horrible. And then
like,
the entity comes to like get you if you're up on the meat hook.
Texas Chainsaw
and
style.
There's a lot of references to classic games and classic movies.
Like
there's
Friday
actually
the 13th.
Yeah, well, there's a DLC that you can get Jason in the game, which I obviously did not get. I just played the regular game, though.
He's
I am bummed.
Charismatic of the
so
serial
here's the
killers,
thing,
I
though.
think.
This made me extremely
On the
happy.
survivor end of the game, I will be honest, this is not the game for me. I don't like jump scares. I don't like spooky noises from the corner of the screen. I don't like the gameplay aspect. You have to like repair a bunch of generators to get the door open so that you can escape. And repairing the generator makes a lot of noise,
like
and the
work.
killer can come find you. This is just, it was very spooky. But if you like that kind of ambiance and that, like, heart
I couldn't play Silent
thumping
Hill.
race against the see, Silent Hill messed me up. Silent Hill 4, I am still messed up from Silent Hill 4, guys.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Like,
it.
this is just not my jam.
Okay,
But
how serious was the survival horror? Are we talking?
No, this is legit. This is spooky. It's real spooky.
I get it.
It's
I wouldn't like it
real
either.
spooky.
You know what I
But
mean? I'm
here's
not
the
that
thing.
tough.
I enjoyed it from the two things from the killer perspective, though. So much more so than the more kind of cooperative multiplayer mode. The killer mode, you play first person, and you choose one of the many killers that they have. My favorite was the one called the Hillbilly.
Naturally.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah.
And you try and kill everyone. And first things that you do is you try to grab everybody and put them on the meat hook, because that's kind of all you can do. You basically level up. You earn points, essentially.
You level up from meat hook to
and
other...
no, but then you can use your kind of special actions. So there's one that's like the trapper, and then there's like the hillbilly, and the hillbilly has a chainsaw, which is awesome.
Are there differences in these units, or was it all just like aesthetic?
No. Everything that they can do is different, because everything that they can do is different. For example, like I said, there's the trapper that's kind of like a hunter-trapper kind of guy, and then there's the hillbilly. Something I later found out that I'm bummed I didn't have the DLC. There's one character called the hag. I'm always here for a good hag.
Yes.
But I found that the gameplay was really interesting, especially if you are a big fan of that genre. There were a lot of nods to classic horror elements, that kind of like heavy breathing, it's coming, And the collaborative effort of it being a multiplayer game on the survivor side is pretty cool. I just personally, when I play a game, I don't love relying too much on other people, which is why the only multiplayer game I play is Lord of the Rings Online. But I prefaced my stuff partly to be funny, but partly truthfully. For someone who is not the targeted audience of this game, that would not typically pick up this game, it made for some interesting gameplay. And one of the elements I really enjoyed is, forgive me, I'm blanking on the name of the system, but when you go to take an action, you essentially like roll for initiative. Like you have to, there's a little spinner needle that pops up and you have to kind of tap your mouse or tap the space bar.
Okay.
And it kind of dictates how successful you are. You kind of throw, you roll.
Well, it's gambling addiction
and
style.
Well, much more D&D, but like it's
like a skill check.
a skill check. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. So it's really an innovative thing for a survival horror game that not only are you trying to escape things, but like, you want to take down, as I mentioned, one of the things you can do is destroy the hooks on the walls. If you take down all the hooks, they have to be repaired, and then the entity can't come get you, and it gives you more time to go and work on the generators. But tearing down the hooks, if you fail at this, it clatters to the ground and makes a really loud noise, and the killer finds you right away. So there's lots of different nuances to it on both ends that did make for a very interesting gameplay. And again, I only preface it as not my jam, because if it was, I'm sure I'd be crazy into it. The fact that it grabbed me at all as someone that like really isn't here for this genre
be into this would really
love it. I think the very smooth gameplay. I played it off Steam. I thought it was excellent. I know it's available, I think, on Xbox and PS4 now. And I thought that it was a really beautiful game. A weird thing to say about a horror game, but just looked great.
Right.
Yeah, those decapitated heads, man.
Man.
No, but it had a really smooth look to it. It didn't try to be too heavily stylized. Like one of the settings, for example, in like the hillbilly zone, if you will, is like a spooky farm. And it just, you can kind of clearly see where you are, but there's not too much going on. Or like one of the areas is kind of like a garage with like boxes everywhere and, different types of things. And you at once feel that claustrophobic spookiness to the game, but it doesn't feel like each area is set up in that, like, it's GoldenEye all over again. Here you are, run around in your tunnels and climb these stairs. Like, it definitely felt more natural to it. So I would definitely recommend this game if somebody's like really into horror survival games or this sort of like multiplayer.
Which isn't me either, because like I said, I'm not a tough guy.
Yeah, I can get down with those though. Everything.
Yeah, for someone with the word macabre in my name, I got this from Elvira's Midnight Movie Macabre, guys. Like, I want to see Werewolf Goes to Washington. I'm not here for Howling 3.
I couldn't play Jaws on Nintendo.
Oh, with that weak ass, like,
I was scared
quote
of
unquote
Jaws.
3D shark.
Yeah, that was the scariest thing ever. The movie and the game.
No. The Nightmare Creatures was a scary game because everything was like dark and then poorly animated.
Yeah.
Jaws, come on, man.
I am ashamed.
Friday 13th, the
game?
NES game, yeah.
No, because
it
was
was scary.
No, it was like these weird panels. It may as well have been like a text adventure. And then suddenly, hey, what do you see there? It's Jason's mother, but it's not Jason's mother. It's actually, it's
like he hops out of nowhere. The music goes dun dun dun.
Dumbass game.
Yeah, but see, like
that's great.
That's something that I felt.
That's a scary game.
On a fun note for Dead by Daylight. It had that kind of
it was like
the competitive factor. Well, the competitive factor to it made it more fun. That if it was just like something jumped out at me,
it's gonna be scary.
Something's coming to get me. Like it was really an intriguing take on it. Again, though, I don't have much of a basis of comparison as my video gaming veers toward I really enjoy the game where you poop on people.
Yes, and the cat game.
Yeah.
Too.
That's where your reviews are.
Almost nothing is going to be as good as the game that you're just cat paws knocking things off shelves. That is so up my alley.
What if it's cat paws with bloody boobs all over it?
I mean, I'm here for that.
Well,
I go to anime cons, man. Don't judge me.
Here if you need me. Yeah.
Am I the only one that remembers the game where you're sexting a 12-year-old? This was
Cat?
this was at the Fig.
Is it called To Catch a Predator?
Where
are we going with this, buddy? You want to have a seat over there? Like,
you play another middle schooler. You're IMing a person of the opposite sex. You're trying to persuade into a romantic encounter.
I have no memory of this
ever
this?
existing. We reviewed it on this show. It was.
Oh, is this the one from Fig?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't remember that. I don't think you were.
That's a game.
You were very young. I remember that.
Pat, I don't think you were.
You were inappropriately young.
I remember that much.
This isn't the AOL one.
Yeah, AOL, not sexting, not text. Yes.
Oh, that's Amy's Away or Emily's Away.
Emily's Away.
I mean,
Emily's
it wasn't.
Emily's Away. That sounds like a video I watched when I was
not as sketchy as you're making it out to be, Pat.
That was like a high school, college.
College. No way,
like
man.
high school, college.
No,
Yeah,
it's definitely like high school, college.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you're playing it, they're like, "Meet me after class at the such and such."
Yeah.
You don't do that. When
12-year-olds
you're 12.
go to class.
I talked to the developer. He didn't seem that pervy.
Yeah, no, I think we're
Alright,
having different views on this game, Pat.
Okay, all right.
You're
the best.
You're
That's
really
right,
talking-
there's no 12-year-olds being being sexted. I think we can say
You're
that much.
incorporating your
Honest
your
mistake,
fantasy
though.
into that.
That was playing the Shota version, not his fault.
Honest mistake on his part. It's
It
fine.
was the VR version.
Emily's
Oh,
away though.
So
That is
anyway,
a
Dead by
porno
Daylight.
title.
Check it out on
And
Steam,
don't get the reach around DLC. Is
Xbox,
that what
or
you're saying?
PS4, so that you can murder your friends or randos.
On
if
a
you
happier
don't,
note,
Okay, so
have
Dead by
any
Daylight's
friends.
actually a winner.
Again, as someone who is not a fan of the genre, I found the gameplay smooth and enjoyable, very easy to pick up and follow. I was a little worried that it would be a little overwhelming to me because there's a lot of different skills to it. You have to kind of memorize different, you kind of earn skill points. There's a thing called the blood web, and you get more points to use your blood points to kind of level up your character. But it was all very straightforward. I mean, it has goofy names, but that's what this genre is all about. So
Okay.
pretty fun.
cash in
And get
my
the
6 blood
DLC so
points.
you can play as a hag. That's my recommendation.
All right.
That seems offensive to hags everywhere.
I mean,
there's never enough hags in video games.
never enough
There
hags
needs to
in
be
video
more.
games, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Video games
There's
are
certainly
sexist.
a hag shortage.
There needs to be.
Okay, well, I think
in-game.
More
I think
hags
you
and
sold
female
Black Adam
killers.
All right, so
pretty fun.
so on the subject of a genre you do
Animecons?
follow, yes,
Speaking
indeed.
of Shota, no. I'm
Yeah.
By the way,
kidding,
hag,
guys. I'm kidding,
that's one of my
guys.
favorite insults from the movie Willow at the end.
Yes.
You stupid hag!
Yes.
And then it's so good. I don't
It's a
know.
unique insult, man.
It
You should-
is. It's just he delivers it with such passion.
That goes
and
right. That goes right into talking about cons because one of my dream cosplays. Because apparently everything for those who either can't see me in full or don't know what I look like, I am 5'2".
And if you can't see,
And,
you should be watching on twitch.tv/.
yeah, right.